So we've got our penguin to fall. Only problem is it's meant to stop and rest on a platform when it touches one, but let's just try see what happens. So if I run it, whoosh, straight through. Okay, so what we need to do is put some code in so that when the penguin is on one of these platforms, I'll get one up there, it stays there instead of falling through. So let's have a look at how to do that. Let's look at our code first. So what we've got, if I can find it. Okay, we've got the fall here. So what we need to do is check whether the penguin is touching the platform. So basically, if the penguin's touching this platform in one way or another, we want to stop it from falling. If you actually have a look at the methods that are inherited, there's one we can use here, which is one from animal. Let's have a look. We've got this Boolean touching object class. That's the one we're going to use, and it will tell us whether the penguin is actually touching the platform. Let's see how we're going to use it. So first off, we need yet another method, because we're not going to stick all our code into act, because we want to make it nice and well structured. So now we're going to create a method called check fall. So this method is going to do exactly what it says on the tin. It's going to check whether the penguin is actually on a platform, and if it's on a platform, it's going to stop it falling. So what we need is an if statement to start with. So we're going to say if, and we want to use that method that I just showed you from animal. I know it starts with T. Now what you can do in Greenford, I'm holding down the control key and pressing the space bar, and it should show me every method that's available to the penguin. And remember, this class inherits from the animal class, so it shows me all the methods, and I can see this one called touching object. So I double click on it and it gives me a template to put it in. The parameter you pass into this is the class of the object is touching. In this case, what we want to do, we're in the penguin class, and the class of the object is touching is the platform. So we just put the name platform because that's the name of the class. We have to say .class to tell it it's a class. I'll stop saying that in a minute. So we've got if touching. I've missed something out. I'm glad you spotted that. The conditions for an if statement in Java are always in brackets. So we've got if touching object platform.class, and it returns a Boolean. So it just returns true if we're on the platform. Now we have to put the body of the if statement, so another couple of braces. And what I want to do is, yes, it's telling me there's errors, but give me a chance. I actually want to stop it falling. If this is true, if it's touching the platform and it's true, stop it falling. The way we do that is we just set the vertical speed to 0. Remember, the vertical speed is the speed downwards. So if it's 0, it's not falling downwards. One other thing I need to do though, if you think about it, okay, what if it's not touching the platform? Then it's got to fall. So we've got to have an else part of this. Let's do one here. Put in my curly braces. And for the else, what we're going to do is, well, we've already got the method. Oh, I wonder what's the error it's given me. Have you spotted that? I haven't given it a return type. It's not returning anything, but I've got to put void. All right. Okay, now in the else, we've already got the method for falling, which is this. So I'm just going to put that in, fall. Okay. So far so good. So we've got a new method called check fall. It's going to check if we're touching the platform. If we're touching the platform, in other words, if that's true, we stop falling, we set the speed to 0. Otherwise, we fall like we were doing before. The only thing we've got to do now, well, can you think of it? Yes, we've got to call this method. We've got to make sure it happens every time we act. So I'm going to replace fall, which just makes it fall down, to check. Check first of all whether it needs to fall. This is going to happen each time, and then we've done it. So let's test the code out. Compiled, OK. Let's do a reset. So well, let's put a penguin on there. Let's put a couple of platforms, because I want to see if it works in a couple of cases. And I'm holding down the shift key, by the way. If you hold down shift and click, as you know, and then you get the platforms. Right, let's run it. Alright, doesn't look quite neat, but I think the principle's there. Okay, so you can see that it doesn't fall when it's on a platform, and then splat, it does there. Okay, so why don't you put this code into your program, if I'll just show you it again. So you're going to create the method called check fall. If you want to do that, pause the video and do that now. That's this section. And then what you want to do is put a call to that method into your act method. And that's it. See you soon.